Well, welcome, and let me read to you two verses from Luke's Gospel. And here we have the story of Jesus' birth, and many people think that once they've got hold of these two verses, they've understood Christmas, and indeed got their head round the birth of Christ. So here are the verses, Luke 2, verses 6 and 7. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in clothes and placed him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. So that's the Christmas story. And in fact, if you draw to mind any of the religious Christmas cards you might get this Christmas, they'll be focusing on the contents of those two small verses. So we'll get the antiseptic stable all brushed up for the occasion. We'll get the little baby with such great chubby cheeks he reminds you of a young Winston Churchill. And Mary always looks as though she's just been shopping in the spring sales. But please hear this. These events are not the focus of the Bible writers. Luke's concern is not so much with the events, but with their meaning. So Luke gives two small verses to the events, and his whole book to the meaning. In fact, the Bible is about the meaning. So the secret of unwrapping Christmas is not having a familiarity with the events, which I know you do, but with understanding their meaning. So let me ask you, do you understand the meaning of Christmas? Well, here is the test. It's Luke 2, verse 10. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people." Now you understand Christmas, indeed you understand Christianity if, and only if, it's the best news you've ever heard in your life. If Christ coming at Christmas is not the best news you've ever heard, you can be sure, you can be certain you've misunderstood it. Well, that begs the question, well, what do you have to understand? Next verse. Luke 2, verse 11. This is why it's great news to be Christian at Christmas. Today, in the town of David, a Saviour has been born to you. He is Christ the Lord. Christians celebrate Christmas because it marks the start of a great rescue operation. So have you got your head round that rescue? Because above the manger are written the words, "Born to die."